what's up guys? We are back in Madison. Finally, we are through August, which was, as I've talked about, a really rough month for me travel-wise. Altogether, 18 flights, 4 trips in total, including going over to Ireland. But we're back now. All we have to do is focus on the meet. No more travel up until then. We're 4 weeks out right now. As you guys saw from the intro, the workout you're about to see is from my last trip of the month, which was Baltimore. So we trained at XL Barbell Club. Really amazing gym that I've been to a few other times and always love going back to it. Before we talk about it, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave any questions you have for me in the comment section below. And if you guys need help with your training, don't forget to check out Proven Strength app. Link for that is in the description below. Get access to 25 plus program, beginner, intermediate, advanced, 3, 4, 5 day program, powerlifting focus, power building, bodybuilding style training, bench only, squat only, as well as my own training, which is the Power Surge peaking program, which is what I am running right now. Go ahead, check that out. Link for that is in the description below. And you get access to our private Discord where you ask questions, get form checks, and talk about training. And if you guys are using it, don't forget to tag myself and Proven Strength on Instagram. Like I said, we're at Baltimore. The main plan was to go for my deadlift single. It was Monday when I did this workout. As you'll see in a minute, I also did a top single on bench. So on Saturday, I had some time to kill, or there wasn't really much work for me to do that day. Decided to take a trip up to Pennsylvania and train at the new Power Build gym. They just opened up a couple months ago. It's been one of the gyms I've really wanted to check out. I've trained at the older location before, and then they just opened the new location a few months ago. I was actually almost went to the grand opening for that one because I was in Baltimore at the time, but yeah, things just kind of didn't line up as well, and they did this trip. So took the trip up there, trained with Debo, hit my heavy squat and bench workout. Squats went amazingly, worked up to 365 kilos, 804, ties my all-time PR, moved pretty well too. Yeah, I'm feeling confident that I could maybe push 370, 375 in the gym. That said, all I want to hit in the meet is 365.5, just chip the world record for the 198 class so I can have I think it'd just be a cool feeling to have the squat, the bench, and the deadlift along with the total for all 4 records in the 198 class, outside of like bench only and deadlift only, but I don't really care about those ones. Full meet, that's all that matters. No, I'm kidding. Squat went super well, moved on to bench. Wasn't really feeling the best that day in terms of strength on bench. The top single on squat kind of gave me some pretty bad elbow pain. I was trying to like work it out a little bit, but warming up was a little painful. And then on top of that, with all the travel, my body weight was sitting around like 218, 219, which is kind of like the upper end of where I want to be when I start my cut. Was a little bit nervous with how much I was traveling, on top of switching compounds as far as my supplement stack goes, which I've talked about what I take before, usually making that switch at the 6-week out mark. I retain quite a bit more water on Anadrol and usually put on a few pounds. So I was a little bit nervous about like coming home after the trip and being like 222 or something like that. So I really got my diet in check this past trip. And it's definitely something I'd like to kind of do a video on in the future of like how I eat when I travel, because I feel like I really tuned it in this past trip, because I came home and I was under 216, which fucking awesome. And the fact that I'm maintaining strength on squat and deadlift at that weight has me feeling very good. Unfortunately though, bench wasn't feeling the best. Warm-ups felt kind of painful. Last warm-up at 540, didn't move the best, didn't move the worst either. Decided maybe I could kind of like get a little bit extra hyped. Went for 265, 584. Probably should have gone 262. Like I definitely felt like I could have gone like 260, matched what I did the previous week, but I didn't want to do that. And I thought if I hit 265 that week, it would put me really far, or like a decently ways ahead. Unfortunately, it just wasn't there, and that had me a little bit annoyed. Coming down to the workout you're about to see, went into it with the idea that I was going to warm up on bench. If everything was feeling good, last warm up went great. I was feeling confident that I could get that 265. I would go for it. Unfortunately, 245 my last warm up, 540 pounds, just wasn't Wasn't feeling the best. It didn't feel bad, but it also didn't feel that great. Like I said, I just felt like I didn't have like that pop that I normally get when I'm like closer to like 218, 219. Called it there. We moved on to deadlift. We'll talk about that after you see all the lifts. Here is the workout from last Monday, and then we'll catch you afterwards. All right, so as you guys saw, we talked about the bench already. We worked up to that 540. Didn't move the best, didn't move terribly. I was happy with the pause. Yeah, not much else to say about it. It was already going to be a stretch to go for 265, especially with not having like my normal lift off person and just a few other factors. Called it there, moved on to deadlifts. Warm-ups went pretty solidly. The last few weeks for deadlift has not been feeling the best outside of that previous week where I hit 405. I feel like that kind of got me back on track. The 405 moved crazy good. Went into this one wanting to keep that momentum, but also kind of start pushing the weight a little bit more. Warmed up, got to 370 as the last warm up. Figured something like I wanted to hit at least 410, 370. Didn't feel super comfortable, but it also didn't feel slow either. Considered going for one more warm up around like 860 range, but I kind of just wanted to get through it at that point. I had already benched, pretty tired from deadlifting and just work in general. So sent it with 412.5, and yeah, it was a grinder, but we got it. We're keeping that momentum going. The gym I was at, they had a kabuki bar, but it was someone's personal bar. It looked like it was locked up. I probably could have asked for the code. I think I mentioned it to someone and they said they would have given it to me, but ended up just using a Texas bar. It wasn't the most bendy Texas bar either to be hitting the 412.5, which is 2.5 kilos under my all-time best on a Texas bar. After a work trip, after bench and everything, yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it went overall. We have a couple more weeks left of hitting heavy deadlifts and then taper down, lean into the meet. Same thing with squat and bench. we can get bench back on track. Actually, it's Sunday right now. I hit my heavy bench day. As you can see, the bar's loaded with 265. Ended up hitting it. That's gonna be in the next video. Everything's kind of starting to click. Body weight, like I said, is sitting right around like 216, 217. So I even have a little bit of extra room that I can maybe put on like a pound or two and still feel confident in making 198. All things said, I'm really excited for these last few weeks of training and really putting it all together on the platform and sending off on the 198 class with a bang. So we're gonna wrap it up there. As always, you know, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate you guys. Check out Proven Strength app, and we'll catch you in the next video.
We get that fresh glaze on the